Most people think a 160,000 mile electric car is ready for the scrap heap, but they're wrong. In this video we're taking a 2014 BMW i3 that I overpaid for at auction and fixing all the issues that we didn't know it had when we bought it. Then we'll find out if the battery is any good or if it's just landfill. It must be one of the highest mileage i3s in the country, from a full suspension overhaul to a nail-biting range test that nearly left me stranded. Stay tuned to the end to find out the health of the battery. Is 160,000 miles the end of the road for an EV, or is it just the beginning? I've done something either very brave or very stupid. I went into an online car auction to buy my first BMW i3 with a budget of £1,250, as that was the cap value for a below average car. However, when the bidding finally finished, I was the winner of this 2014 BMW i3 with 160,597 miles on the clock. So many miles it even makes me stammer just now. It was the highest mileage i3 for sale in the UK at the time, and I love rescuing non-running or high mileage electric vehicles, so decided to give this one a shot. I didn't just buy a high mileage vehicle, however. I got swept up in the bidding. The hammer fell at £2,200, and after a £457 buyer's fee, I'm in for a total of £2,672. Just a little bit more than my £1,250 I originally had it in the budget. With a cap retail value of £3,850, my purchase price doesn't leave much room to fix anything that's wrong with it. If it needs a new motor, battery or something big, I'm knackered. Now the real work begins to see if I've bought a legend or a very expensive mistake. Collecting the car, I found it only had 9 miles range for the 25-mile journey back. Just collected this BMW i3 from auction, just having to get a bit of charge to get it back home again. Let the adventure begin. This enthusiasm quickly dissipated as I discovered the car didn't even have rapid charging. However, I realised that the 7 kilowatt charger it did have wouldn't take too long to give us an extra 20 miles. It took around 40 minutes to get the charger needed. Whilst charging, I noticed that the car was low on the passenger side front and discovered it had suspension issues, so I drove home very slowly and very carefully. I was kind of stuck in a financial trap, however. I couldn't test the battery without fixing the car, but I didn't want to spend a fortune on the car that might already be e-waste. Back at the workshop, we confirmed my suspicions and found that the front suspension on both sides needed to be overhauled. We fitted new springs, struts and drop links to both sides, with the passenger side being treated to a new strut top mount as the old one was seized solid. When we did finally brave a range test, it nearly ended in disaster. We managed 55 miles, but the last 4 miles were a nail-biting crawl to the finish line, with my son wondering if we'd even managed to make it home. So as we come to the end of the range test, we may have a little bit of an issue in that I just picked up my son from the golf course and it's 4.1 miles home and the range is shown 5 miles. So let's hope that it's true to its range. Oh, it's gone down to 4 miles. This is going to be interesting. The other challenge that we've got in this journey home is that we may be touch and go, but that one of the final parts of the journey is up a really steep hill, so it may show that we've got enough miles in the range, but we may also have the issue of those miles being eaten up by the big hill. Hopefully you can actually see the dash and the range. How many miles have we got then, Harris?
2.4.
2.4. Whoa. 3 mile range and 2.4 to go. Let's see how this gets on. Still showing 3. What have we got on the to-go meter?
1.5.
1.5. Still showing 3 on the range. Okay, so we're approaching the big hill. Let's see how we're getting it. Oh good, we haven't had to stop. So we've not had to use the immense power to get the vehicle moving. Oh great, the constant speed driver is right behind us as we go up the big hill. In fairness, it doesn't seem to be. We're still showing 3 miles of range. It hasn't gone down any further then. I must have liked my style of driving. Oh, we've dropped to 2. But we're not too far away from home. Is sitting at the traffic light's going to eat our range? There's a question for you. So the good thing about me doing daft things like running the range right the way down means that you don't have to, and you get to find out what a real world range of a vehicle is. So I can honestly say that a BMW i3 with 160,000 miles on it can do around about 55 miles on a full charge. Aye, 2 mile to go. 2 mile range. Should we go for a spin? With the range test done, we decided to replace the seats and give the car a really good clean. As you can see, it scrubs up well. Let's get the on-car battery test done on this BMW i3. So first thing to do, turn it on. And when we get turned on, passenger air deactivated because there's nobody in the passenger seat. So press and hold this, and then the menu should come up after 10 seconds. There we go, and then press identification, unlock, keep that pressed for 10 seconds. And then the code, you add up the last 5 digits of the chassis number, and what the total of those digits are is what your code is. On this car it's 19. So you get to keep just pressing the button, press and hold, and then we want fuel tank battery, press and hold that. And we haven't got a petrol tank on this because it's not a range extender. So what we really want is battery Kapa max. That means maximum usable right now. So the maximum that this car has got is 15.8 kilowatt hours. When it was new, it would have been 21.6 kilowatt hours battery size with 18.8 usable. The battery test showed us that the car has 13.08 kilowatt hours of capacity left. That's roughly 70% of its originally usable battery size and matches the 55 miles range test we achieved when we were running around. For a battery with this many miles on it, that's great. Probably helped by the lack of rapid charging, which usually causes premature capacity reductions. What is probably the UK's highest mileage battery only BMW i3 turns out not to be a lemon. In fact, I'd say it was a high mileage hero. We've spent money on fixing the front suspension and replacing the front seats, but our work hasn't finished yet. We found an area on the car that the paint was damaged by the previous final wrap, so we need to sort that out. And whilst test driving, I found that the car was moving side to side under hard acceleration and braking. Diagnosis found that it's a common issue on the i3, rear motor mounts. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to see the second video on this BMW i3 where we will be sorting the paint, fixing the rear motor mounts and totalling up the costs. I suspect I may be making a loss on this one, but at least we've managed to rescue another EV. Thanks for watching and keep charging ahead. In this video we're going to give you a walk around of our wonderful 2014 BMW i3, which has got 160,000 miles on it. Let's have a look around it. While I'm talking around you, I think it's got, I'll show you in a little while, I'll show you the dashboard, but 160,000 miles, 598, something like that. When we got it from the auction, we found that it needed some suspension work doing, so we replaced the front springs, the front shock absorbers, any of the suspension links that we required as well, so that's all nicely done. I think it was MOT the beginning of April, so it's got a full year's MOT in it. We've also found that the rear motor mounts were a little bit worn. It's a common issue on them, so we've replaced those as well. Let's start at what it comes with. Let's have a look at the back. So it has a 3-pin charger with it. So you can see that there, that's the proper BMW i3 charger. It's type 2 charger on it. And this particular car, with it being an early one, is type 2 charging only. Some of the later ones came with rapid charging. So it's done all of its 160,000 miles of life with just being charged on the 3-pin plug, which is good because then that means that the battery hasn't got hot, hasn't got overly stressed. Oh, we put in a brand new tyre on the front as well. All the rest are really good. So obviously 160,000 miles, it has some marks, so stick around to the end of the video to see all of those little condition things, and also we'll put a battery test on the end because apparently you can do a battery test from inside the car, so I'll show you how to do that later on. So its party piece, if you don't know, is it's got standard front doors and then it has what are called suicide rear doors. So they open out that way. So there you go, full access to the back. To give you a bit more access to the rear, I believe that this seat, where's the handle on it? There it is. So that slides forward so passengers can get in and out easier. It is a 4-seater, so you can see in the back 2 isofix points. Unfortunately, one of the isofix points covers missing. Those headrests fold flat so that then when the back seats fold down, they don't touch the back of the seat. So you've got quite a bit of space once you fold the back seats down. Let's have a jump in and I'll show you. So electric windows in the front. The back windows don't open at all, I don't believe. No, they don't. So you've got no back window opener. And you've got electric mirror adjustments on there too. You've got a standard kind of headlight leveler there. And then you've got automatic lights and your fog lights. Also, you can turn them if you want to. You've got your wiper controls down here. This is where you select drive, neutral, reverse, and you turn the car on and off. So that's actually activated by moving that around. I'll show you that in a second. You've got your stereo controls over this side, and I think that's the cruise control. Yeah, cruise control this side. Oh, I mean, it's got wear, but nothing's got the kind of the steering wheel isn't worn out. You've got your main screen down there, so let's turn the car on. So press the start button and there you'll see, let's go through so you change this stuff on this screen by pressing that. So you can see it's 59.5% state of charge. It's got 30 miles of range, so it's about a 50-mile range. That's with the heating on, set at 20 degrees. If I turn the heating off, it should, yeah, so it goes from 29 miles to 31. So it's not a massive difference having that on. So it's got automatic air conditioning and heating. Heating and air conditioning work perfectly fine. There's all of your controls for that here. These buttons here are customizable. You can change those to whatever you want. You've got the BMW iDrive system on the screen there. So you've got lots and lots of different things that you can see. So if you put trip computer on, it'll show you kind of how long you've been driving, how well you've been driving. All of those things are in that menu. That's all controlled by this dial down here. You got your different modes of driving. I think that at the moment it is in comfort, which is kind of the main one. If you wanted to get a little bit more Eco Pro, as you can see there, it goes from 28 miles of range Eco Pro, and then you got Eco Pro Plus. So I just generally drive it in that standard one, in comfort. You got glove box there. There is handbooks for it, they're just not in the car at the moment. Passenger side gets a switch there. Down here you've got a cup holder, and then this cup holder, if you can see it, it has kind of 3 of those points, so you can actually, there's optional things you can put in there, like a key holder, another cup holder. Got a little handy little what do you call that, a little basket type thing, net, that's what it's called, a net. Why, I couldn't remember the word for net. Down there, for you could put little things in there, maybe phone and stuff. Got plenty of storage under the center console there, and you got storage in the armrest, which is where the lock and wheel nut key is at the moment. And here, condition, it's okay. When we got the front seats in the car were all kind of ripped, and this bolster was all knacked, so we've put new front seats in it. So all those things have been done. So it's had a bit of wear and tear, but nothing too bad. I'll have a quick walk around the car and show you the bad points now. In fact, we'll start here while I'm still sitting here. So you've got, there's a couple of little nicks out of the upholstery in here, and then there's kind of a little split in this pad here. Still a little bit of cleaning to do in the car. Oh, forgot to turn it off, didn't I? So double tap that. I know. Turn you off. There we go. Let's have a look around the car. So this here got painted, and there's a little bit of overspray. We'll do our best to make that as good as we can do. It had a vinyl wrap on it before, and when the vinyl had come off, it had pulled the paint off, so we got that repainted. Down here, what have we got? Most of the things are okay on the back. There's a little mark there. This is all bits of tar on top of there, so we'll get rid of those. That's got a little bit of damage there, so we filled that in. These are plastic panels on top of the carbon fibre chassis, so there's no chance of any rust. And what we've got down the bottom, we've got a little mark there. I think that might be just vinyl. And you've still got little bits of vinyl which we'll try and get off. You can see where it was wrapped a little bit there. The door handles work fine, but they do come out. I'm not sure if that's how they're supposed to be. There's a little bit of paint missing off there, nothing too bad. A couple of little kind of chips here, but remember everything's plastic, so there's no rust going to happen with stone chips. And then we've got little marks here and a little bit of a crack there, just may have hit a high curb or something like that. Wheels are in decent condition, not perfect, a bit of lift into the lacquer on some. Oh, that one is perfect. After me saying not perfect. Well, the roof panel looks okay. Since we've already looked at the other wheels, with this one like a little bit of lacquer lift on that one. Oh, and this one looks pretty good.